everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Serendipity Project, or TSP for short, here on the new Cairdeas Horsemanship channel. The Serendipity Project will be a step-by-step documentation of how I work with a horse who is brought to me for training, all the way from the first consultation to the first horse show and beyond. The horse I am going to be working with is named Everafter Serndipity, or Bailey for short. She is a 15-hand Grulo American Quarter Horse mare, and she was foaled in 2007. This first video is going to cover how I add a horse to my training program, including the things I cover at the consultation and what paperwork I need. I had my consultation with Bailey's owner last week, and the first thing I ever get done when meeting with a new owner is to have them sign a liability waiver. I know many trainers include this in their contract, but I prefer to have a separate waiver for a number of reasons. First, I don't want them to have to sign a contract right off the bat. While I certainly love new clients, I don't want them to feel pressured into signing me if they decide they don't like my approach after our discussions, but the waiver still keeps me covered for the time I'm on their farm. I also prefer to have it separate because it gives me more flexibility in determining how we would like to structure the training and therefore the contract itself. The consultation is my time to actually gauge the horse and their owner for what we need to get accomplished. In Bailey's case, our first priority is to get her into shape, as she hasn't done more than a few rides per year for the past 4 years. Our second goal is to get her trustworthy under saddle, as she can't consistently lope, and when she does lope, she has a severe bucking problem. This may be tied to her fitness, which is why fitness is our primary goal. We also have a few other goals, including overcoming her herd-bound habits and increasing her flexibility, but as you can imagine, these things fall primarily within our main goals. I also ask questions about their feed, what their intended discipline is, and what the owner's training philosophies are. I explain my own methods and allow them to ask any questions they may have. The most important thing about this entire process is to be upfront and honest about both your capabilities and how you intend to train. If someone doesn't like positive reinforcement, they don't have to hire me, and that's perfectly fine. I would rather them pass than have them find out later I'm using something they disagree with and have them become dissatisfied with the training their horse is receiving. For Bailey, her owner would like her to be able to go safely on the local Western pleasure circuit, as well as be a successful trail mount. As Bailey is bred for pleasure, these goals seem reasonable to me as far as scope. You want to make sure to never promise an owner something that isn't feasible. For example, I wouldn't tell an owner that I could turn their dressage horse into a 1D barrel horse. Could they run the local circuit safely and maybe pick up some ribbons in the process? Probably. But it's very important to keep in mind the horse's physical and mental limitations. During the consultation, I will sometimes do a small amount of groundwork with the horse or have their owner ride them so I can get an idea of exactly where the horse is. Unfortunately, the arena was closed for a therapeutic riding lesson the evening I met Bailey, so I was not able to do this with her. After the consultation, it's time for me to do some homework. If the owner is still interested in hiring me, I draw up a contract to their specifications and send it to them to review and have signed for me to pick up the next time I am working with their horse. This contract outlines how many times per week I will work with the horse, what kind of training I will use, and what goals the owner can expect to have accomplished. I also open a file for the horse. Every horse I work with has their own file to ensure that I have all of their information within easy reach should I need it. The file starts with their bio page. This page is an at-a-glance version of everything I will need to know about the horse. It includes a photo, their biographical information, their owner's contact information, and a brief description of training goals, as well as some miscellaneous notes such as blind in the left eye or past injury in the hind right. I think it is very important to have the owner's preferred vet's information on file as well. This is something people often overlook, but I need to have this information so that if, heaven forbid, something happened to their horse and I'm unable to contact the owner, I can get a hold of the vet. While this is obviously a worst-case scenario, it can never hurt to be prepared. Their file will also include the liability waiver, the contract, with a copy left for the owner in case they need it, and any other pertinent information. And that's it. That's how I add a horse to my training program. I begin working with Bailey this Wednesday and will be taking my camera to get some footage to talk through with all of you. Thanks for watching!